Hello YouTube, this is Dave the Mind Sculptor here. Today we're looking at a deck that I've been brewing over a couple of weeks, trying to figure out something powerful enough to reach Mythic. At this point I'm Diamond, and I'm thinking Diamond Tier 2 or Tier 3, and I just want to get that extra power level, that extra step. And what got me there previously was a SuperFriends deck. So I thought I'd build a new one using some of the new stuff that we have available at our disposal now with both Ikoria, M21. Uh, I think Theros Beyond Death was out by that point anyway. But yeah. To start out, I made it a Yorion deck because I wanted to have extra slots. So those extra 20 slots um, help don't help consistency very much, but it gives me more planeswalkers to play with, which I personally enjoy. So we have a removal package of both Heartless Act and Banishing Light. I just had Heartless Act before, and I felt like it wasn't quite enough by itself. As far it's a great removal spell, but I wanted something a little bit more permanent, so that's why I added a two of Banishing Light. We also have Oath of Kaya as a secondary removal spell. That's also life gain. It also helps with the Planeswalkers, obviously. This can gain us a whole bunch of life back, along with another package we'll go over later. We have Shatter the Sky as another way of sweeping the board, and Elspeth Conquers Death because it does everything we want to do. In addition to that, of course, we also have Planeswalkers that are removal. Teferi can temporarily remove things. Uh, Kaya can exile small things, which is always good, and it gains us life. It does, and really, this ends up being our win con with another card that we'll go over, one of the new additions from M21. It allows us to keep exiling stuff from the graveyard as well, which works in a number of strategies. It's all around a great card. Same thing with the Ashiok. Really, this and this together is what is going to win us games a lot of the time. Taking this up because people don't really pay as much attention to this as they will other planeswalkers, and taking this down to exile as much of their library as they can, this -5 becomes a win con. It takes out all your health. So that's one of the main points of this deck. Along with all the exile removal, it helps too. In addition to that, we also have Elspeth Sun's Nemesis as a one of, just because I wanted some way of getting smaller tokens out on the battlefield. I wanted to have some extra help gaining life. This thing will keep coming back over and over again, and I tend to put a lot of things in my graveyard. Teferi Master of Time is the new addition from M21, but it's not the addition that I think makes this deck work a whole lot better. But it is a great card. It allows us to loot through our deck, put stuff in our graveyard for another card that's going to be coming up. It helps us, keep creatures off the board, and if we get that final, 2 extra turns never hurts, as they say. Vraska Golgari Queen is fantastic. It's one of my favorite cards in all of Standard currently. I think it's a great Planeswalker, and it didn't get enough play. The card draw aspect is really good. It's really good in specific strategies, but I think it helps here. Extra life gain always helps. We can destroy smaller things, and that emblem is pretty much game winning. I don't have a lot of creatures in this deck, but I do have ways of producing creatures, so I can eventually win with that emblem as well. We also have Ashiok, one of the ways of producing creatures. We have it as a 2 of, because I don't feel like having too many of those is necessary. But puts out a creature every turn, returns something back to someone's hand, exiles a card from their hand, which is another way of getting stuff into exile. It also, the 2/3s exile stuff off the top of their library, which helps with the Kaya plan. In addition to that, I can cast spells from exile without paying their mana cost, which can win the game in and of itself because I will be exiling a lot of their deck. Nicol Bolas, because this is a 5-color deck, we can run Nicol Bolas, and pretty consistently. There's a lot of black in this deck, so I will always most likely have 3 black sources on turn 5, hopefully. It's not always the case, but it sometimes is, and there's a card that definitely helps ensure that we're able to cast this consistently. Aside from that, this is well, we'll go over the planeswalkers first. So Liliana Dreadhorde General. It's a late game card draw, another creature engine for the Vraska emblem. I run a two of because I think it is really good, and if I build up a significant enough board of two-twos, and they decide to wrath, I end up drawing way too many cards, which is always good. It also lets me get rid of hexproof creatures, which is always essential. There are a lot of, decks running, evasive or hard to kill creatures, and the sacrifice ability definitely helps there. And then that emblem is game winning, or the final is game winning. So if I get that final, I win the game pretty much. I also run a one of Chandra Awakened Inferno just as an extra board wipe, in addition to Ugin, which is our main board wipe. But we all know what Chandra does. It can't be countered, so it's good against control. It lets us put a emblem on them every turn, which ticks it up. We can deal 3 damage to all their creatures. We can kill things that are bigger and exile them permanently, which is helps with the Kaya plan. So it's all around a great card, and I think it really works well as a one of in this deck. And then Ugin Le Spirit Dragon. Now, this thing is a beast. It's proven to be one of the most powerful cards to come out of the new set, and that is for a reason. Ugin has always been very, very powerful, and it's no exception here. Having a board wipe on a Planeswalker is something that we desperately needed. We did have Chandra previously, but it didn't always do the job. It doesn't kill everything we need it to. Ugin does. Ugin can kill pretty much anything the minute it comes down. There are a few things that I can't get with it. Of course, anything over 7 mana is not ideal. Its final can win the game as well. I can put so many Planeswalkers, Elspeth Conquers Death, Banishing Lights onto the battlefield, and just win the game out on the spot. And it's the tick up for a bolt, like a +2 when you bolt something. That's also just very good, and it's never going to be bad. So Ugin is one of the biggest new additions to this deck, and I think it really serves its purpose, and I think it really pushes this deck over the edge. Ugin alongside Bolas is a pretty nasty combo, especially when I can keep getting him back with Elspeth Conquers Death, and our final card, which is Command the Dreadhorde. Command the Dreadhorde is a very powerful spell, and with all of the life gain I have in this deck, I can usually consistently get a lot of things back from my graveyard, so it definitely helps win me games. In the late game when they've removed a lot of my planeswalkers, I don't have a lot going on. I can play this, get so much stuff back from my graveyard, and so many of their creatures back, or what have you, and just go about winning the game. Lastly, the mana base. It's fairly basic. I run a 3 of. I always try to keep at least 10 total basic lands. I don't know why. I'm a stickler for that. I probably don't need to, but I like to. And I do run Fabled Passage, so it always helps make sure that Fabled Passage is never a dead draw. So I run 2 of Swamps, 3 of Islands, 3 of Plains, and a Mountain and a Forest, because they are probably at least common needs. I run a Castle Ventress, Loch Twain, and Ardendale, just because I feel that one of each of those lands is enough. Having multiples of those, them come in and play tapped, is not great for this deck very often. I run 4 of Godless Shrine, a 3 of Hallowed Fountain, and a 3 of Watery Grave. Actually, I want to check something real quick here. So, yeah, mostly black. Why do I have fewer... I'm going to go down this island. I'm going to switch views real quick just because it's easier to do it this way. I'm going to go up a swamp, because that's going to be necessary. Okay. I'm going to ignore that because I haven't built a sideboard for this deck quite yet. Why? Go away. Ugh. Wow, that's super annoying. Okay. So we have Watery Grave, Godless Shrine, Hallowed Fountain, of course. I run 1 of each of the Triumphs because I'm weird like that. I like having these just because it helps the mana diversity. They help the castles come into play untapped. I just think they're all around great lands, and it's just a 1 of each, just to kind of help, ensure that I hit my hit my mana, hit all the colors I need consistently. We have Fabled Passage, which also helps in that, and last but not least, Interplanar Beacon, which is by far the best land in this whole deck. Because it helps us get our boluses. It can sometimes help us get Chandra. It can help us hit Vraska. It's and it gains us life for Command the Dread Horde. It just does everything we need to do. It ticks all the boxes. Of course, this is a Yorion deck, so I can tick down all the loyalty on a lot of these Planeswalkers and, play Yorion, put them back all fresh and so clean. And then with Elspeth Conquers Death and Oath of Kaya, that's also pretty gnarly, Banishing Light 2 to an extent. But without further ado, let's get into the games. So I've played a few rounds already with this, and I've kind of become acquainted with it to an extent. I do think it's a good deck all around. I've had very few problems that I've run into. Mostly it's been just aggro decks running me over quicker than I can do anything about it, which is always going to be a problem with whatever deck I play. Change my emblem to my beautiful Muyan Ling, baby. She's so pretty. I don't run her in this deck because I don't think she's that good. I'm gonna keep this. I think this is pretty good. Well, and it's mono red, of course. This Oath of Kaya will come in handy. Same thing with the Shatter the Sky. Just play that tapped. This might be one of the matchups where I just get run over pretty badly. I'll play this Triome. So why not? Oh God. Why would you not? But okay. I mean, you just missed out on damage, but okay. I'm gonna do this. Try to get this thing down. I mean, you can tick it up. Who? What are you talking about, Chandra? Who's Mother Ludi? I'll have to wipe the board this turn. I take it this is a Cavalcade deck of some kind. Taking a lot here, but I think I should be okay. Ooh. I think we saved that. We're gonna go for... Got a forest. Let's get a red source here, just in case we draw a bolus or something else. I know I don't have a lot of red stuff, so it's probably not going to be all for naught, but then we'll just go ahead and shatter this guy here. And it's a Krenko. So I think we're going to have to use this Sothekai on Krenko. This thing is going to eventually kill me, so that's bad, but... Oh, well, that's an answer for it next turn. I think we still do this, because it gains us back life. I think we play Ashiok next turn, because it starts putting out creatures. I mean, eventually I can just overwhelm her on creatures. She's going to keep attacking. I'd rather get this down and have her kill it so I can get it back with Elspeth Conquers Death. Ouch. Well, this is good. We're in a good spot from here, I feel. So we're just going to play this. Start making creatures. Start exiling his stuff, too, because he's going to attack. Makes no sense not to. Well, now I have a target for that. I don't really care about this anymore. Go kill this. And see, now I feel like we're in a real good spot, I would say. So now we get an attack. Ooh. Yeah, we're in a real good spot from here. Do it. Do it. Okay, cool. He's smart. He knows that if he attacks Ashiok, I'm just gonna gain life anyway, so it's not really smart to do so. I would just. I think this is just doing me much better being a creature factory right now, so I'm gonna just keep creating creatures. I'm gonna. Two blue sources. Get one more black source. We'll play a Lily. Jeez, Lily, calm down. It's just a zombie. You created a 2-2. Like, it's not like you made a fucking Ulamog. You made a 2-2. Calm down, bitch. Calm down. And now I'm shaking in my boots. I think we're gonna do this. We're gonna get Anax. Yes. Get a Scorch Bitter. I'm gonna get Robber the Rich. And then I'm gonna play Kaya. We're going to sacrifice. And voila. Like, that was pretty freaking dominant, if I do say so myself. Pretty freaking dominant. Alright, on to the next game. Alright, let's see what we have in store this time. Got a Teferi icon, so I'm guessing some sort of control deck, so this is probably going to be a bad matchup for us. So we have like little to no interaction versus control. This isn't the perfect hand that I was looking for either. I think we will keep it. And get an island with this. We have a white source here. I'm going to play on tap turn 3. So we'll play this first. In the hopes that we draw another land. Aside from what we have currently. Okay, maybe not aggro. Or maybe not what I thought it was. We'll see. It's probably mono green Stompy, because that deck has been just running through pretty much every fucking ladder, so. I don't have a bad game against it. Oh, okay, so it's this. What the fuck? Okay. That's pretty funny. Send that back to your hand. Okay. I don't have enough for that. I need to draw a land here. I better draw a land here. I'm gonna be pissed if I don't. Thank you. Not exactly the ideal land, but it'll do. I think we'll Kaya. Maybe it'll give him a reason to attack Kaya over Teferi. I doubt it, though. Wonder what he sees on the top of his library. Oh, he is thinking about attacking Kaya. Oh, you moron. Sorry, Scorpion. That was probably not a great idea, I'm gonna be honest with you. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, we'll play that. Unfortunately, it doesn't help our mana problem. We really need to start drawing some lands here, so. So far, so good, though. I mean, we're keeping things off the board. Might have to cash in this Teferi. to get to our final land, and then hopefully get a white source to play the Elspeth Conquers Death, kill whatever he plays. That would be ideal. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. We play Ashiok here. Terror of the Peaks doesn't worry me at all. I start creating creatures. Terror of the Peaks doesn't scare me as much as it probably should, but I don't know if that counts. Because it is targeted. Okay. Oh. I think we still do this. Uptick, create another creature. Looking so far so good. He's gonna play this Terror of the Peaks again. I mean, we got things for it. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Do that. Some gravy right down. Alright, we're gonna create a Munchkin. We're gonna do that. And we're gonna attack. Ugh, so many cards. Not enough cards in exiled. Not as much as I'd like. But we'll play, we'll get our Kaya back this turn. You. I guess we can get Teferi back, actually. We'll do that. Teferunis. Do that. What does he have in exile? Yeah, I think we do that. Seems pretty good to me. Seems pretty good to me. Okay, so we will... play Ashiok, I guess? We'll hold up Heartless Act. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Now, when he goes to drop Kogla, I can Heartless Act in response so he can't kill my Gargroth, and I'll have lethal on board. I win no matter what he does here, which is always very good. There's no way of making it indestructible. Too bad for you. Good game, sir. Shit's pretty powerful, man. Shit is powerful. Alright, on to the next game. Let's do this McWillie style. That's a dope name. Especially with what's going on with Will Smith right now. Poor guy. I wouldn't say poor guy. I mean, just break that hoe off, you know what I'm saying? You're not obligated to do shit. But, whatever. Oh, no. See, Paw Blade is a problem for me, but I do have Shatter this guy, so I can hopefully board wipe before he can drop his Winota. Do that. Let him kill my Teferi here. It's all good. He looks like he's stuck on mana right now. What is this? There's a Dog Lord? There's a 2-mana Dog Lord? How did I not know about this? Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. Maybe this isn't? No, it's not. What the hell is this? I honestly want to know. I guess we just hold up, let's just hold a Partless Act. Maybe it'll give us a reason to use it. I probably should use this, in all honesty, but... yeah, this is just dogs. It's pretty cute. Kill that. Another Black Source, so we can eventually cast this Bolus. I'm just gonna get this to my hand and hold up the Heartless Act. I kind of want him to build up a board before I start wiping. Play his Corpse Cur here, or his Indigenous Cur. Maybe play one more dog? There we go. Okay. So we'll kill this here. And we'll board wipe next turn. Good night. Look at that kitty. I got a cool kitty too. Does this thing have trample? No. Okay, we good then. We'll play this. Destroy his Renansiri. Start getting some card advantage off this hoe. He's in a bad spot though, right now. I won't be gloaty. Whew. That's good. Like, he's gotta eventually, like think, what am I gonna do from here? This is actually kind of starting to get sad. Okay. Thank you for scooping, because I felt bad about that. But, yeah. All the way up to tier 2, baby! Alright, we'll play one more game. And, we'll call it a night. This deck is, like, monstrous. Yeah, I want to get this final challenge. Yeah. Why? Oh, I guess I can't abide that. We'll play another game. Does not count. Even though it does. Totally does count. Thank you. Alright. Let's try another one. This is a bad hand, and I'm going to mulligan it. This is not much better, but I'm going to have to keep it. I have my reasons, but I'm sure I'll draw land. I'm sure of it. Sure of it. Not really sure of it. I'm not really sure of it at all, but I'm going to still do it anyway. All right. We will keep it. I think I'll put Eugene to the bottom, because an 8-drop does not seem very realistic right now. Play that tapped. Ooh, what is this? Umori, so it's a creature deck of some kind. I mean, I say that, but you could literally choose anything with Umori. You could do enchantments, you could do lands, even though I don't see lands really being that much cheaper. It's probably a mutate deck. A lot of these Umori players use mutate, so. Ooh, yeah, I think it is, because usually Stonecoil Serpent's played a mutate. This could be a problem, to be honest. Kitty. Whew, okay. That's good. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, I wouldn't have been able to do it anyway. Yeah, I don't have a white source for this right now. Protection for multicolored is a great ability, man. So many multicolored planeswalkers. So fucking many. He's gonna mutate onto the bigger one, kill my Kaya, probably attack in. Yep, knew it. Yeah, Stonecoil Serpent is great for this deck, man. It's really, really powerful. I need white source, and I need to get a. I need to eventually get some sort of wrath. What? Really? Word? I was like, why? Good news is I only take one here. Kaya ate that hit for me. Well, that's not good. That is not good at all. Good news is I don't see him doing a whole lot to make this thing more invulnerable at this point. He could mutate onto this one, but I don't see really much of a point in that. But I'm probably going to be taking a big ass hit here. Oh, God. Okay. So this game's pretty much over. Literally does nothing. Okay. Good game. Alright. So let's take a look at the deck overall. Kind of go over what exactly went right, what went wrong. So I'm not editing this video because I really don't feel the need to. I feel like I got to the points. The games were really fast, and I don't really feel like there's much editing necessary, but overall the deck performed really well. Once again, 75% win rating. A little bit more than that if you count that game where that guy just scooped, arena scooped. But I mean, overall, the deck did really well. I mean, it's not perfect. There's always problems. Like I said, aggro is always going to be a problem if I don't get to the Shatter of the Sky on time, and if I don't get my second white source on time. So that was something that we ran into in that last game, and it's going to happen from time to time, unfortunately. But other than that, we played a pretty diverse range of matchups. First game mono red, we just hammered. Second game was that weird like red green deck that just kind of got run over. Third game, I'm having trouble recalling, so I'll have to look through the VOD. But yeah, overall, each game I feel like it did exactly what it was supposed to do. I got to my removal on time. I got to my planeswalkers on time. And Ashiok is actually the MVP of tonight. I know it was something that I said that we don't need more of. I might want to consider putting one more of it in there, because being able to do that -7 fairly quickly. I mean, it starts out at 5. That's two turns. I'm able to get to that -7. It won me the game each time. So that was really, really good. Of course, Nicol Bolas is always good, which is why I run a 3 of him. I actually didn't get to play an Ugin that whole game because I was just able to assert dominance so fast. It didn't really require me to even cast an Ugin, but the fact that I still had it as, a backup plan is pretty impressive. Overall, great deck. I do recommend it. This is going to be it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel. Have a great rest of your night.